Angry Nation. It's a little rainy outside and the blueberries were on sale, so it's a good day to make some blueberry muffins. We're going to be adding a streusel topping to these muffins. Let's get started with our recipe. We've got a large bowl. We've got 2 cups of already sifted flour, 1 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. We're just going to stir that up. When you're picking out your blueberries, or when you get your blueberries home from the store, you want to wash them up and pick through. Make sure there's no white at the bottom where it may have molded. Get your stems out, which I already went through. This recipe, we are using 2 cups of blueberries. I did take 1 cup of those and I mashed them up a bit. I'm going to gently put those in. And the rest, the other half, or the other cup, I'm going to keep whole. And we're just going to stir that up. And then we'll set this bowl aside and we will start on our smaller bowl of the liquids. In our small bowl we have 2 eggs. I'm going to beat these up just a bit. Slightly beaten. Just want to break them up a bit. I'm going to put those in there. And, okay, the recipe calls for 1 cup of vanilla yogurt, or you can substitute and use 1 cup of sour cream, or you could use Greek yogurt. I decided to come up with my own concoction. I've got a half of a cup of vanilla yogurt and a half of a cup of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt tastes a bit like sour cream. So we're going to go ahead and add that in. 1 cup. I like to make things a little bit more complicated. Ask my videographer. Okay. Then I've got some melted butter. Now you can add, and it's a half of a cup. So that's 1 stick. So I melted that up. For a substitution, you could add a half of a cup of vegetable oil, which I don't care for, or you could melt some coconut oil, like a half of a cup of that. So today we are using half of a cup of melted butter. All right, we are going to add a half of a teaspoon of vanilla. And because I'm going to make this a little bit of a tangy flavor, I'm going to add some lemon peel to this. So we'll get our half a teaspoon of vanilla. And we are going to use the microplaner zester. I washed up my organic lemon, and now I'm going to grate about 2 teaspoons. When using an orange or anything that you're grating with the lemon and stuff, you want to use something that's, you want to use an organic fruit. The cleaner, the better. Okay, I think we've got about 2 teaspoons. Let's take a peek. Approximate, you know, no measuring here. That's about 2 teaspoons. Well, okay, so we measure, whatever. All right, we're just going to stir this up. And then we are going to add it to our dry mixture as soon as it's nice and mixed. And before you get started, you want to set your oven to 400 degrees. These are going to bake for 18 to 22 minutes. And you want to grease your muffin tins ahead of time. Okay. I can smell the lemon in there. Yum. Okay, we're just going to put this in, and we are going to mix it until it is just mixed. You don't want to overmix. all that yummy goodness out of there. I used to get mad at having to waste all the different utensils and having to wash them. But when you get all the goodness out, it's worth it. Okay, we're just going to stir this up until it's mixed. That's going to be so good. In some of the recipes it says to not mash up your blueberries. So whether these muffins turn blue or not is yet to be seen. Okay, that looks mixed. And now we're going to start on our streusel. Put that aside. So in my streusel, I've got 3 tablespoons of quick cooking oats, 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and just 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, because you don't want it to overpower. And we're going to take 2 tablespoons of cold butter. And yes, it's cold. I'm just going to cut this up a little easier. And we are going to work this butter into our flour mixture with this, I forget what it's called, but you'll know. I think it's called the cut-in tool, but whatever. Okay, we're just going to go at it. My butter might be a little too cold. We'll let it warm up just a hair. Our butter got a little bit softer, so you can cut that in. And all you're doing is getting a crumble with the butter and all the dry ingredients. And we're just about done. We're going to take this, set this aside. I'm going to scoop. I'm using about a half of a measuring cup. And you want these to fill about 2/3 of the way. Let's see how much. Let's reuse this. So I'm going to do that on all of these. And then we will top it with our streusel. All right, this crumble is looking really good. We're just gonna take about a spoonful and just gently top it over the muffin batter. And this makes about 12 large muffins. If you wanted more, you could use a smaller muffin tin, muffin tin. All right, let's get this into the oven for 18 to 22 minutes. So you can see here it didn't quite make 12, but we've got 11. So once again, I'm a liar. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you call this tool? I call it a cutting in tool. But let me know what you think. Let's wait for those muffins to get done that are in the oven. Well, it's been 22 minutes. Let's get out one of our scientific, see if it's doneness measuring tool and see if it's done. I'm just going to poke this in the center and see if it comes out clean. There's some blueberry on there. I'm going to give it one more minute. Okay, it came out clean. These are done. And you want to put them on a cooling rack for at least 5 minutes and cool in the pan. You don't want to take them out yet because they'll just fall apart. So let's give them some time to cool. And we'll taste test those in a moment. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you a little extra recipe tip. That lemon that we grated, I didn't want to throw it away, so I cut it in half. I juiced it. I took the juice, put it in my container, and I added, this is about 15 fluid ounces of water. with the lemon juice, about a tablespoon of sugar. Mix that up, and you got a fantastic, real, no added chemicals lemon juice. Very tangy and fresh. Makes you want to pucker. Muffins are done and they're cooled off. I'll show you a little trick to get your muffins off. Lightly pick this up. I got my fingers in between so it doesn't crush the muffins. I'm just going to flip it over and it takes a little bit for them to come out. All but one. All right, and just flip them over. Let them finish cooling. And you can see they didn't turn blue. And we're going to take a test bite of this one right here. Look at that, lovely. Just enough crunch and flavor. That's going to be an awesome breakfast. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Remember, tell me what that tool is. I really need to know the name of it.